Well, now, come on in, pull up a chair, and let me tell you something. Some people leave home chasing opportunities, and some people leave home because they don't have one. And for me, I wasn't running toward anything. I was trying to survive. I joined the United States Army 10 days after graduating from high school. And I'll tell you something. I didn't join because I had a plan. I didn't join because I had options. I joined because I had nowhere else to go. No direction. No support. No safety net. And at that point in my life, I wasn't trying to build a future. I was just trying to find a way out. Now let me take you back for a moment. My life before the military wasn't what most people think of. I wasn't thriving in school. I wasn't some standout student with a clear path. And to be honest with you, I'm not even really sure I graduated. I had a teacher who actually gave me mercy and gave me a grade that allowed me to walk across that stage. And I remember thinking, even that felt like I barely made it. But the truth is, school wasn't my biggest challenge. Home was. There wasn't love there. There wasn't support. There wasn't comfort. There was abuse. Verbal, physical, and a kind of silence that makes you feel like you don't matter. I had to pay rent just to live at home. $5 a week in the wintertime, $10 a week in the summer. And as a young man, that teaches you something. It teaches you you're on your own. And then eventually, I was put out. Senior year of high school, no place to go, no plan, no safety net. And I remember that feeling when you realize there's nobody coming to help you. Now, those 10 days after I graduated, before I left for the military, those were some of the hardest days of my life. I was staying with another family, and I'm grateful that someone opened the door. But I'll tell you the truth, I didn't belong there. There was no welcome, no real connection, just space. And I remember the feeling of being there, but not being wanted. Walking through a house where you could feel people thinking, why is he here? That does something to a young man. It makes you shrink. It makes you question your worth. It makes you feel alone. I was scared. I was depressed. I didn't have anyone to talk to. So when I made the decision to go into the military, I understood something. It wasn't some grand vision. It wasn't strategy. It wasn't legacy. It was survival. I needed a roof over my head. I needed food to eat. I needed structure. I needed a chance. And I had one pair of pants and a couple of shirts to my name. That's it. And then that day came. The day I left. There was no big send-off. There was no celebration. No crowd of people wishing me well. Just me and a bag. And a decision. And I remember thinking, this has to work. Because there was nothing behind me to go back to. And then that first night, I was scared. I didn't know what I had stepped into. Didn't even know what was coming. But I'll tell you what I did do. I prayed. I talked to the Most High. And I said, just help me make it. Just help me make it. And what I didn't realize at that time was that I wasn't just entering the military. I was stepping into a new life, a life of structure, a life with opportunity, a life where I could become something different. So if you're watching this, listen closely, if you're watching this and you feel you don't have options, if you feel like life has backed you into a corner, if you feel alone, I want you to hear me clearly. That does not define your ending. That moment, that pain, that struggle, that might just be the beginning. And if I could go back and speak to that young man, I'd say, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. You are great. You are special. You are loved. And your life is just getting started. And so there you have it. I hope this has been helpful. This is the Adjutant. I can say that without reservations, the military has provided me opportunities that I know I would not have had. As I've said in previous videos, I had always dreamed of going to college. I had always dreamed of having a better life. I recall as a young boy growing up on Pawleys Island, South Carolina, going to convenience stores or grocery stores and seeing Ebony and Jet magazine and looking through the pages and seeing successful black men doing wonderful things, being doctors, being lawyers, being astronauts. And I said, that could be me. And the Most High provided a way for me to excel, and it was the military. I've often said that the military is one of the greatest cheat codes in life. It allows people the opportunity to have structure in their life, to have safety in their life. And if you know how the system works, you can use the system to grow, to achieve heights that you never could imagine. Even though growing up, Pawleys Island, South Carolina, homeless for a period of time, an outcast, if you will, I went on to get an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a law degree, practice and own my own law firm for over 13 years, retired from the military, set myself up for life financially and with the wonderful health care that retirees have, knowing that my health, while I always want to be healthy, will certainly never bankrupt me. So if this video has been inspiring, I'm not saying the military is for everyone. But what I am saying is that regardless where you are in life, that is not the end of your story. Keep hope alive, as the Reverend Jesse Jackson would often say. So, with that, I wish you all blessings and blessings, and I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.